day 5 here at the CAF Women's Champions League COSAFA qualifiers, and we're edging ever so closely and closely to the end game. It's all blue skies and sunshine here as temperatures are scorching to a higher of 22 degrees here in the coastal region of Mlazi. Well, we are certainly being served some sunshine here, rightly so, as we did say that as we bid farewell to the winter, Mlazi certainly ushering us into the spring today. As you can see, I can't even keep my eyes open as the sun is hitting me directly onto my eyes, but it should make for some beautiful football today. A very good and warm welcome to you. My name is Mbali Skiti, coming to you live from the Zwelithini Stadium as we build up to our final Group A fixtures of the day. Well, we know that we are building up to the semi-finals, so it is do or die today. So we know how it all started with double action ladies who started with that on a positive note, but succumbed eventually in their second game. But it was Tura Magic who finally got their campaign underway, but lost 3-0 to Black Rhinos, who have also booked their place as well as in the semi-finals. Well, this is what it means in the log of Group A right now. We just say Sundown has comfortably booked their place in the semi-finals, and it all comes down to double action, Wanderers and Lesotho. Double action just needs a draw going into today's fixture, as they will be in action at the Chatsworth Stadium. But with the other teams, it is a must win. We did say that it is Lesotho up against double action, as well as Sundowns up against Wanderers, Manzini Wanderers. Mamelodi Sundowns fielding some wholesome changes going into today's fixtures. Rightly so, we did expect them to rest majority of their players and give others a chance today. But with Manzini Wanderers, they have 3 changes going into today's encounter because it is a do or die game. So I met up with both the coaches, and these are their thoughts ahead of today's fixture. Coach, you changed half of your squad, which was expected that you're resting players. What is the objective now for today's game?
Because mele nginike abadlali bami ithuba laba bangadlalanga. Angifuni ukuthi babuyele emakhaya bangadlalanga. Ngifuna everyone ukuthi athole chance yokudlala so that nabo babe ku spotlight.
So how did you prepare for today's game, considering that this team needs to win today's game, so they're going to come out guns blazing?
Yeah, I believe in all my players. Lama player lanka enginawo engwafakile ku first lineup yami, I believe in them. I know ukuthi they're going to play the way laba abanye badlala ngakhona. Ayukho umehluko kunalaba abanye abangekho ku starting lineup sanamhlanje, bonke badlala ngokufana.
Thank you so much, Coach. All the best.
Ngiyabonga.
Coach, you've made 3 changes coming into today's game. It's a must-win game for you, Coach. And you come against a Sundowns team that's changed the whole team, Coach. How did you prepare for today's game?
Yeah, igame yanamuhla igame lenzima kakhulu, lematima kakhulu kithi simanzini Wanderers. And sizamile ukuthi sibe nema changes lapha nalapha ngenxa yema injuries. Last forced ukuthi sikhona ukukhokha labanye. But kubuka le game lesiya kuyo kulabadlali labanye labata uqala namuhla. Sinelithemba ukuthi batatimisela kakhulu, especially labadlali sibafakile namuhla, sifake kakhulu badlali laba alcoholic lengathi bayamaka kakhulu, because kule game angeze kubalekele sitawumaka, so sitawushifta kakhulu. So uma ngabe singeke sithinwe sitawukhona kudlala umdlalo lomuhle, but mangabe sesitawuthina utawukhanza sesiba nema challenges lapha nalapha, sekuthenga ukuthi sibaphe umuntu elabanye ukuze sibe make sure ukuthi masidlala at least sayithola draw or we don't concede too much goals.
Thank you so much, Coach. All the best.
Thank you.
The question is, can Manzini Wanderers cause an upset and register all 3 points today? Well, we did say we're at Zwelithini Stadium, and my partner in crime is, of course, Gloria Brown. Well, the next 45 is after this.
Durban is missing you. Let's take this time to recharge. Durban is waiting to welcome you after lockdown. Energized by the ocean, beach and bush, discover Durban's adventures and tranquility. Play on the promenade and put the fun back in your life. Enjoy a township experience. Do the Inanda Heritage Trail. Explore Durban's cultural diversity. Stay at home and plan to create new memories. Visit Durban online. Durban's warm hospitality awaits you.
4031 is the postal code at Mlazi, Mapumulo Street. It's Mamelodi Sundowns up against Manzini Warriors. Wanderers, it is the CAF Women's Champions League COSAFA qualifiers. Thank you to Dynamite on pitch side, who gave us a fantastic build-up to this particular match. If you are wondering, Griffin's Mbange Highway and Ifrem Mashaba Street is just behind us from this venue. It is the King Zwelithini Stadium and the third and final match of the round robin stages in Group A. It is Mamelodi Sundowns, the South African side, and they are up against Manzini Wanderers from Eswatini. As the players make their way onto the park, led by their respective captains, there'll be a number of changes in the lineup put forward by the respective coaches. Beautifully kitted out there, the young team from Eswatini together with the flag bearers, and good to see players come out really looking forward to this encounter. The formalities will be out of the way shortly as the players take a team photo. And Mamelodi Sundowns, who have been the much talked about team, and Manzini Wanderers, who are not to be outdone. This is the lineup for Mamelodi Sundowns. Interesting to see. Zanele Nhlapo, the captain, she makes her way in goal. It is in the middle of the park. Talia Smith, Lebogang Mbatle, and Lilona Daweti. Bench capable and able to do the job. Let's look at Manzini Wanderers. Lindo Gotle Msibi, she comes into goal. Tibonile Dlamini and Ngozo. And also on the bench, you've got Grinile Zwane. Percy Shongwe is the man in charge. As we have a look at the officials, they hail from Botswana, Lesotho, and Malawi. It's Itumeleng Beauty Meticha from Botswana, Polotsi Mapara of Lesotho, Elizabeth Sichinga of Malawi, and the fourth official is Teresa Sedoko. Here is Agnes Nkosi, the 35-year-old, who is the coach responsible for the demolition of many teams at this tournament. Agnes Nkosi, who is given the responsibility to lead these ladies. Let me just remind you that she has not hung up her boots, is Agnes Nkosi. Good to double up. And here is Coach Percy Shonga, who's come into the side, and he's hoping that his team will put up a fantastic performance. They are been on the receiving end of many of the teams, but sterling performance as Tandeka Mbata leads out her charges. She's the for this particular. Look at the lineup. Mamelodi in with a 5-2 formation. When we look at Manzini, it's a 4-2. Lindy Msibi. Two changes made by coach Percy Shaw together with Makakula, who comes in. And when we look at Mamelodi Sundowns, is also just three players remaining. Previous encounter, Sundowns, who are in the familiar yellow with blue uniform, attacking the goal from the left to the right of your screen, and led by Tande Gambata. They are in the white chaps with the maroon shorts, attacking the goal from the right to the left of your screen, are Manzini. It is us underway. Referee Duty Meticha responsibility to officiate this particular match. They call up Mahindra, and is her nickname. And being a player As Beauty Maticha says she loves being she loves being part of this tournament, and here we are. It is a beautiful day out in Durban, living up to expectations. Warm and friendly city. The weather conditions have improved drastically over the last 2 days. 22 degrees is what it is. There's 0% chance of rain, something that the players will welcome. It has been a horrid 2 days, 40% humidity. Both teams will be quite pleased with the way things have turned out. A slight wind, 11 kilometer speed, and that will be blowing nicely for the players. We should be having a decent day at the office. Sundowns just leaving in Lilona Daweti, as well as Zanele Nklapo in the side that beat down 6 goals. They come into this match with a record, having scored 12 and not conceding a single goal. Manzini Wanderers bring in a very, very defense-minded team, and Sundowns, being a free scoring team, would certainly be coming out all guns blazing, wanting to perhaps put out bets of how many goals will be scored, but the respect will certainly be key in this match. It's the first corner, and Talia Smith will take the corner, the 24-year-old Talia Smith. Previously, during the playing represent quality in the air, on the edge of the box. Talia did well to keep it in play. Modinalo. Lelona Daweti, she'll be all over the park. There's Lelona Daweti. Chantal Esau bringing in her experience. There's very much a younger generation of Mamelodi Sundowns players to this match, and Coach Agnes, she wants all the players to get a run. Goal. As she's known. Mashiko. Intercepted by Tibonile Dlamini. Nonles Melane. The two striking partners, or partnering. That's the ball that one can only but appreciate as Chantal Esau stretches her legs. Esau operates the left-hand flank of Mamelodi Sundowns. She's expected to over those crosses for Tembelihle Msibi. The Daweti will find herself drifting every now and then into the middle, all the way back to the captain. That is Zanele. Manzini Wanderers coming into this match of hope. They scored in the 89th. To get a point from that match in group. So the flag going up. Referee Meticha spotted something she didn't like. Meticha. Shoulder. I would have a look at the bringing back the action all the way to the midfield, and that was due to a shoulder charge that referee Metiche believes is a bit of an unfair. Yeah, Bele, part of the two-man war. Talia, all the way to Mamelodi Sundowns from Tax. 5 yellow jerseys to aim for. It's directly to goal. Keeper Lindy Msibi was alert. She'll tell you she had that covered. The 28-year-old Talia Smith has been nurtured in the under-20s. She's got caps, Basatana caps. Smith, very strong in the midfield, very aggressive, is young Talia Smith. In the midfield, giving chase is Nomvula Sanga. This match against the Lesotho Defence Force, Regina. Kholola, out to Chantal Esau. Lilona Daweti, available is Talia, but the option is to go and find Lebogang Mabaj. Hard at work, hard running. There is go. Just to also share that it is the final matches of Group A in the other match that is taking place at the Chatsworth Stadium. The Lesotho Defence Force up against Double Action. The fight is heating up and has to heat up pretty early in the match to see who will join Mamelodi Sundowns into the knockout phases of this tournament. Mamelodi Sundowns having booked their place in the knockout stages of the competition with a 100% record as Daweti gives chase. As early as 4 minutes out in the Chatsworth Stadium, it is the Double Action ladies that have scored a goal, and that puts the Lesotho Defence Force on the back foot, tied with 1 point apiece in Group A. Ontlametsi getting onto the score sheet. Sundowns just picking their passes. Players not overstretching, not overworking. Decent day at the office. When we have a look at the group stages, this is just to confirm the goal that was scored at the Chatsworth Stadium, 1-0 in favor of Double Action. Ontlametsi getting the goal in as early as 4 minutes. And, when we look at the group, this is how it stands. Mamelodi Sundowns that has booked their space in the knockout stages. Double Action, should the scoreline remain as is, they will be joined by Double Action, who now would sit at 6 points. Pretty early days for that, but nevertheless, academically, we will continue to show you the log to make sure that you are well informed and kept abreast of what is happening out at the Total Energies CAF Women's Champions League. It is the COSAFA qualifiers and a penalty very early in this match. Nomvula Sanga. Nomvula has just given away a penalty, something that the coach really would look at and not be happy about. Oh, Thandeka Twala, the captain, from an experienced player, that's absolutely criminal. Chantal Esau is up against Lindy Purity Msibi. Esau against Msibi. Esau! 1-0 scoreline. The opening of many goals that are expected by Coach Agnes Nkosi. Esau gets onto the score sheet, a penalty for a handball very early in this match, bringing in defensive players to be very cautious of not conceding, and just after 10 minutes we get our goal out at the King Zwelithini Stadium. 1-0 is the confirmation. In all the matches that have been played by Mamelodi Sundowns, they have served you with plenty goals, wonderful goals, and whether you want to see a headed goal, whether you want to see a set piece, whether you want to see a penalty, they've dished them all out. It is a corner to Manzini Wanderers. Esau Makhurubeci also in the thick of things. Mali. Yes, the pace of Daweti putting a lot of pressure on Welile. Talia Smith. Regina Mokholola. Talia is available in the middle of the park. However, Lebogang Mabatle taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Here's Makhurubech, BA Sports Psychology. Running out of room, to perhaps a lack of information for Mashiko. 22-year-old. Chantal Esau. Mamelodi Sundowns in the Hollywood Bets League. They have scored a massive 45 goals and only conceding 5 in those 12 games they've played so far. Will she keep it in play? And she does keep it in play, but referee immediately puts up her flag and announces the unfair advantage of Chantal Esau. Jeanette Mapara Esau. She's very nippy. She knows she should have just held her run, and Agnes will just give a few more instructions. Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa, together with Green Buffaloes of Zambia, were the two-seeded clubs in this tournament due to the FIFA rankings. South Africa being 53, and Zambia, who have climbed 10 places due to the heroics at the Tokyo Olympics. Green Buffaloes were expected to be one of the teams that will be troublesome in this tournament, losing their opening match. Very disappointed, and a number of players testing or being unwell. Talia Welile Ndwandwe. Oh, showing some footwork is Lelona. Lelona finds Mashiko. Tlochi, as she's known. Mali. Tlochi trying to get around the player and playing it on the ground. Does well to take away that momentum as Nomvula pushes it forward. Smith, given the opportunity to run at it, is another chance for Lebogang. Talia is available. Pila, you've got Lebogang, you've got Tembelihle. Calling for it will be Nklapo, just to try and draw in Manzini Wanderers. Karabo Makhurubeci. Mali on the run is Tlochi. Tlochi leaves it for Daweti and losing her footing at a vital minute. Or is Lilona Daweti? Here is Zanele Nhlapo, the captain. They call her Chief. And she's your central defender who's been used in this tournament as a keeper. She played her football in COSAFA as well as Albania. And here she is lending a hand with her experience in the Mamelodi Sundowns team. That is Zanele Chief Nhlapo, 30 years of age, born in Tembisa. Talia Smith, Baset Sana, Nonhle, Sikoliwe. Sundowns on the ball, and very strongly so. Pila. And referee spotting the offside. Spotting the left side. Mampara Jeanette. Daweti. Percy Shongwe wants it to be simplified. Wants players to take responsibility. Says take your time, calm down, let's not play the game. Ours are simple. We rehearsed this in the training. Don't need to change. Perhaps just try and match and do the basics. Close down Mamelodi Sundowns. Garabo. Mali. Daweti. Talia Smith. Mokholola. Chantal. Away by Welile. Regina. Talia dictating the pace in the midfield. Together with Mali. Talia. She loses the ball and quickly hustles yet again. Mokholola. Forced backward is Mokholola. Regina. Also a Banyana international. Nhlapo wants to keep getting a feel of the ball. Karabo. Timbelihle. Talia. Oh, that ball was searching for Esau, and nicely threaded and trying to get in between the defenders. But good to see the spaces that have opened up. Talia, if she wants, could go back to the left-hand side. Decides to bring in Mali. Mali sends a decent ball over the top in search of Tlochi. Giving chases Tlochi. It's a throw-in. Lina. Batelisile Ngozo. Kutso. Temakwanati. Some of the notable teams in Eswatini, Mbabane Swallows. Another team that has been around for quite some time out in Eswatini. Young Buffaloes is another one of those that is a team that has really groomed and been the driving force out in Eswatini in women's football. They've really tried to help in terms of the development of the game. Royal Leopards. It will be interesting to see as the CAF rules get a lot tighter and a lot stricter, because there have been a number of introductions to the CAF requiring that clubs also become responsible in the development of women's football. One particular new change is the fact that the male teams that will participate in as early as the 2023 CAF Champions League will only be allowed to compete in that competition if they have a ladies team. They've also introduced the fact that the coaches who are part of the coaching teams at the tournaments have got to have their licensing requirements. So all the associate members are scrambling to make women's football, or to create better structures for women's football. In South Africa, the offside goes up. Chwarina. Esau doesn't believe she's offside, is Esau, but the flag remains offside. She also played as a defensive 6 midfielder, and if you want to put her out as an attacking midfielder, give her the jersey, she'll show you what to do. That is referee Polotso Mapara. Telia. Bali, Telia. Tlochi, does she keep it in play? That's a little too strong for Tlochi. Gave it all she could. 1-0 is the scoreline at the Kingsway Latini Stadium. Mamelodi Sundowns in the lead. Welile given the responsibility to help a goalkeeper out, even though she has a heavily strapped knee, but only as far as Tilia. Good control by Ms. Smith. Kutso brings in Mokholola. Pila. Oh, with 30% possession for Wanderers against a team that is buzzing, it's really going to be a big ask. Mountain, here's another, just off the woodwork. Oh, Tembelihle Masibi, she decided to let rip. She picked her eye up, she saw the keeper, and there's no harm with that. Tembelihle Masibi. Agnes. Here is Tembelihle, picked a spot, eliminated 3 players before she let rip. And the keeper did nothing but watch that and hope it went over the bar. But just look at that skill, the ability to take the defenders out, create space for herself, and whip that ball in. That is Tembelihle Masibi. And let me tell you this, she'll tell you, I'm not done yet. 19 years of age is Tembelihle Masibi. Oh, the goals are pouring in out at the Chatsworth Stadium, as Double Action have scored yet another. Very business-like performance, I can assure you. They want to make sure that they get into the knockout phases and join Mamelodi Sundowns. The goal scorer is Radia Canyo, scoring in the 14th minute of that match. So Double Action have scored 2 goals against Lesotho Defence Force. 14 minutes. Radia Canyo. So let's confirm that, and it continues to come through. They will certainly cement their position on the log. As it stands, Mamelodi Sundown's 100% record with 9 points from 3 matches with 3 wins, double action, 1 loss, and that was against Mamelodi Sundowns. They would be in 6 points and 1 point apiece for Wanderers and the Lesotho Defence Force. Players are down and just sharing with the ref is Twala. She says, ref, I went for the ball. It's Koliwe Makakula. Lebogang taken out. Batelisiwe as well as Sikoliwe. They've got defending to do. 4 players in the wall. 4 fouls in this match. Makagula's in the wall. Welile has decided to be loose as Gozo and Skoliwe. Positioning of the goalkeeper is quite a challenge, too much to the one side, and that's exactly what one didn't want to happen. Her positioning was questionable, but that gives Mamelodi Sundowns the 2nd goal in this match. This is a brace for Esau. After 26 minutes, 16 minutes later, over the wall, taking a deflection, and keeper did nothing about it. She got a hand to it though. You can't falter for effort. 2-0 at the King Zwelithini Stadium. Second ball being plucked out of the net by Lindy Msibi. Chantal Esau, one of those players who can go for a hat-trick. And we confirm the scoreline. Let me also share with you, Sundowns ladies have made it a habit that in each and every match that they've played thus far, there has been a hat-trick. And the first hat-trick was scored by Andisiwe Mgoy. The second hat-trick was scored by Melinda Khadiete. And Esau is on another hat-trick as it stands. She's on a brace with 2 goals scored in the 10th minute and the 26th minute, and that one is also another warning shot. Agnes. Just reorganizing her players. She's only ever played for Mamelodi Sundowns. Being rewarded for her long service. Being now responsible to take the reins and take the ladies to another milestone, which is looking for a ticket to Cairo, where they will be playing against other countries. One can also notably say the COSAFA regions are also busy in terms of getting their winner. Here's the pace of Esau. She has company, and Nomvulo Sanga is the winner on that occasion. And Esau, full of running. Former Cape Town Roses player is Chantal Esau, 31 years of age, part of the COSAFA team in 2018. Four offsides for Sundowns. Perhaps Coach Agnes will just have a look at that and ask the players to hold the run or maybe even bend the run. And they do have the pace. And for goal, central defenders, Welile, Ndwandwe and Dlamini, they've already had a busy day at the office. Here is Lelona Daweti. If she likes, could lay it on for Mali. 30 minutes on the clock. Welile will certainly be having one of those games. Schmidt loses out to Batelisiwe. Pila Maholola, Nhlapo. Sundown's protecting their goalkeeper. They've only come to this tournament with one goalkeeper. That pretty much a dangerous. The Banyana South African #1, Andile Mdlamini, nursing and recovering from an illness. Sure, she'll be part of the team at the COSAFA Championships. Tlochi onside, eliminates one. Tlochi! Oh, again, the woodwork coming to the rescue. Oh, Moriganalo, Mashicho. Look at that, it was a lovely ball that is being threaded by Mabatle for Tlochi. She eliminates and shows her footwork. There, that ball just touching the woodwork and skidding off to Chantal Esau. And that's a poor corner taken. It will allow Manzini Wanderers to reorganize defensively. They've looked all sorts, more worried about defending as Chantal Esau is turning on the heat and turning in the style. The male team is known as Abafana Be Style. Here we are also with the ladies. They'll tell you Abosisi Be Style. They come into the venue singing as coach Percy Shonga looks on, and he's quite pleased because one thing that he tried to protect was the scoreline. He says he doesn't want to concede 6. Let's see if that will be the case in today's encounter. It has been a 6-by-6. Usually it's a 4-by-4 that we've become accustomed to. They've gone to extra. Tandeka. Ball in the box. Oh, gets a touch to it, Mashicho. And all she wished for at that moment was if she was a little bit taller. Coach continues to motivate her players. But that is a very disappointing look on her face. She believes they could have done better. Agnes. She wants her players to do well. She says, I've selected them on merit, and I know they can fit in the big shoes. Rested is Andisiwe Mgoy, Melinda Khadiete. Bigger assignment lies ahead, the semi-final. Lebogang, Mabatle, Talia Smart! Oh, you beauty! Didn't dip quick enough. She corked that. She prepared that. She had made up her mind 2 seconds earlier that if she gets it, she's going to unleash. Look at that. Lovely ball from Mabatle. Talia. Keeper would have probably just picked that ball from the back of a net. Sitting in the pocket is Talia Smith. Free kick. Standing on her ankles. Referee will allow her to just run it off. 8 goal attempts, all going one way. Can we confirm that it is one-way traffic? 2 of those on target. Tlochi. And a throw-in. Port Elizabeth is the next destination for COSAFA and Kabeja for the senior COSAFA tournament. And you know, we spoke about the floodgates being opened. We spoke about the floodgates being opened. And that's the 3rd one. She believes it's game, set and match. Mamelodi Sundowns. This time Lilona Daweti getting onto the score sheet. So we have a look at that. It was a throw-in. Msibi brings it in. Daweti coming in just in front of Tande Gambata. Coach will be livid with that kind of defending. They're not done yet. Msibi. Daweti was also with the money, and so was Mashiko. I can assure you that in the change rooms, the questions were asked, and there's bets that have been placed between the players that they are going to score today. Lilona Daweti. This becomes her third goal in this tournament. Her first goal of the match. Lilona Daweti. Mali. Schmidt. If you give her the room, if you give her the space, she does know how to shoot. And we get to see the yellow card on Welile. First yellow card of the match. Schmidt remains unmoved. Going to lend a hand and look at, on the ankles, and that pain was felt immediately. Daweti is giving a few more coaching instructions just out of your picture. In the other match at the Chatsworth Stadium, double action up against Lesotho. Defense forward, 3-0 is the scoreline. And 3-0 is the scoreline here at the King Zwelithini Stadium. Raining goals. The goal scorer again, Ontlametsi, Otlagile and Radiakanye. As Agnes. (3-0) after 33 minutes at the Chatsworth Stadium in favor of double action. Free kick. Goalkeeper has to organize yet again. And this time Talia has an opportunity to get her name onto the score sheet. She does pack a beautiful right foot. The keeper, Msibi, will have to be alert this time. She's got 4 players in the wall, and referee Meticha is just making sure that they are 10 yards and the players are in their rightful position. So, poor ball. Doesn't trouble the goalkeeper, and she's disappointed, rightfully so. They have set the bar very high in this tournament. They have made sure that whatever they do it to perfection. Chantal is one of those players as well who's set the bar very high for herself. 3-0 the scoreline. Ontlametsi, Radiakanyo and Otlagile scoring in the 4th, the 14th and the 27th minute. Tembelihle Masibi. Nomvula. So your logs, still Sundowns and double action. And with the scoreline being what it is, I can assure you that the log will not change. The log will not change. Here's Klochi. Klochi, she needs the numbers. Daweti! Lilona Daweti. Is it allowed or is it an offside? One would definitely, she looks confused, and so am I from the commentary booth. I think they came from very deep. Lilona Daweti is also disagreeing with the assistant lines. Setoko. Five offsides. Pila and Klapo. She wants to keep awake. 24%. Instead of increasing, the possession stakes are decreasing for Manzini Wanderers. Klochi will go it alone this time. The runs being made by Lilola. Perhaps just needing to hold it back a little. 19-year-old. Wanderers preparing Makosa to make an entry. The goalkeeper, she's had a decent day at the office Although they've gone down 3-0 to double action, they also played a 1-1 draw, and it's all her efforts. And talking about efforts, Lindy Msibi, who's been given a run. Nonhle. Sub.
Jersey number 1,
Lindo Wuhle.
and jersey number 6, Dolly Koza.
Lindo Wuhle Msibi gives way. Dolly Koza takes the responsibility. That's the one change.
Substitution, Manzini Wanderers.
Could this be a wasted sub?
And jersey number 13,
Dolly Koza, she's been limping and she still continues to limp, but the coach has been very much the trusted. And Timagwanga also is another one of those players sacrificed as Apelele. She comes back in, Apelele. Mali. Daweti gives chase. Koza! And an important touch that just took the ball away. Daweti. Oh, and that ball just missing the left-hand side of the goal mouth. Msibi. Dolly Koza has come in and immediately had to get into the thick of things. Here is Dolly Koza. Time wasting. 4-0 out at the Chatsworth Stadium. Khalaleng getting onto the score sheet. Oh, the goals are just pouring in. Apelele. Pambani. She's got the last few minutes of the first 45 to make sure that they don't concede. And that's so close for Tembelihle Masibi to get onto the score sheet. But you can't falter for effort. Coach appreciates players being asked to focus and stay switched on. They've just made the change, and this is exactly what I was talking about. They substituted Masibi and brought in Dolly Koza. Dolly Koza has been carrying an injury from the very first match, and the keeper is now receiving treatment. This definitely is a dangerous play by Manzini Wanderers, and it is a decision that baffles me even here at the commentary booth. Percy Shonga, will he live to regret the decision that he just made by substituting Msibi and bringing in Koza? Although he has a smile on the face, he probably knows that his player is a warrior. As we look at the Sundowns team that is continuing to look at poking holes in this defense. Some instructions given. Dibonile Dlamini, the 30-year-old, receiving instructions from the coach. Needs to be careful. He's got to be in his technical area. And coach asking to just close down a lot quicker. not give them the spaces, but Sundown's very experienced, and Chantal Esau is one of those who would be looking for those opportunities. Together with Lilona Daweti, they've got the skill. Lilona Daweti, who got a name onto the score sheet, came also pretty close, had a disallowed goal for offside, one that she believes should have stood. Daweti shares it with Tlochi. Tlochi brings in Schmidt. Schmidt brings in Mali. Daweti, and that ball just going over or far away from the bar. It's Lebogang Mabatle. Dreadlocked Lebogang. Can't be faulted. Just 1 minute to be added by referee Beauty Meticha to this match. It has been very calm approach and an easy approach. Sundowns not over-exerting themselves. The goal scorer, Chantal Esau, who currently sits with a brace. His first goal was scored in the 10th minute, and 16 minutes later she followed up with the second. Lilola Daweti then got her name onto the score sheet. She gives thanks and praise for the talent that she possesses. Tande Gambata, the captain, and one would look at Nontle Simelane and hope that in the second half, Nontle can give a little bit more effort. We confirm the scoreline at the Kings Welletini Stadium. Sundowns 3, Wanderers 0.
Durban is missing you. Let's take this time to recharge. Durban is waiting to welcome you after lockdown. Be energized by the ocean, beach and bush. Discover Durban's adventures and tranquility. Play on the promenade and put the fun back in your life. Enjoy a township experience. Do the Inanda Heritage Trail. Explore Durban's cultural diversity. Stay at home and plan to create new memories. Visit Durban online. Durban's warm hospitality awaits you.
Of the first 45 minutes, in which Mamelodi Sundowns lead by 3 goals to 0. It was a penalty that opened up the scoring at the Kings Welletini. Stepping up, Chantal Esau to get her name onto the score sheet. Keeper had no chance. Chantal Esau picking a spot. Keeper and then it was a build-up as Karabo Makhurubetsi found a Mali, who looked for Lilona Daweti, the woodwork coming to the rescue. Daweti just making sure that she brings the ball back in play, and a free kick again given, and this time it was Lilona Daweti getting onto the score sheet. Again, a set piece that made the difference. 2-0 was the scoreline, and we continued to be counting. Tlochi wasn't done yet. Decent ball yet again. Again, the woodwork coming to the rescue for Manzini Wanderers. Tlochi got good control, eliminated one, picked her head up and thought she had her name written in the front page of the newspapers. Throw in. Available Mali. And that was one for Lilona Daweti to make it 3-0 in favor of Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's have a look at the statistics of how the ladies performed. 14 goals, 14 attempts at goal, 4 of which were on target. Definitely a stat that Coach Agnes will not be happy about. When you look at the foul count, it basically speaks to the defensive element of the match. And we look at the possession that has been dominated by Mamelodi Sundowns. Well, we are ready to go down to Mbali, the Dynamite. Sigiti, she's with the match commissioner, Brenda Kunda.
2004, I sponsor.
I'm pitch side now with Miss Brenda Kunda. She is, of course, the match commissioner and COSAFA committee member for women. Miss Brenda, thank you so much for your time. We are seeing goals. Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about it now off air that at Chatsworth Stadium, there's already 4 goals. Are you impressed with the standard of women's football that we are seeing?
Well, you must understand that this has been hard for the women as well. I mean, it's COVID time, and we haven't had so many games. And even for us to have this tournament, it's actually quite impressive to have countries that are active in football, even at this time of the challenge that we have. Yeah. Every time you start a tournament, it's always like that. I mean, if you look at way back in 2017, when we started the Women's Championship, we had goals like that. So you'd have 10-0, you'd have 9-0 and all those. But I suppose as we go on and there's improvement in the Women Championship games, we should be able to see that the goals will reduce. And also going back into the FAs, the different FAs, this is a time that we need to invest in women football and ensure that we have competitive leagues, because this also talks to us in terms of how competitive are the leagues out there, and so this is a learning lesson, and so FAs out there should actually ensure that we improve on our championship leagues, or the national leagues and super leagues that we have across Southern Africa.
Let's talk about your hometown, Zambia. We know there's a team that's representing Zambia here, Green Buffaloes, and they're also from the Olympics as well. In terms of the Women's League as well, maybe just talk to us a little bit about that in Zambia as well, because every team has been affected with the stoppage of the leagues. But I believe with Zambia, they just resumed the league.
Well, we are almost ending the league and about to start the new league. Zambia has really tremendously improved in terms of leagues. We now have all the 10 provinces with women leagues, and at the same time we just had and introduced the national league that was starting last year. So we are new to the super leagues, and so it's exciting that we actually made it to come to this first and ever championship league. And so it's exciting, and yes, Green Buffaloes, obviously most of the players that are there are coming out of Tokyo 2020, and that also tells you a story about how Zambia is doing, and how well we are so serious about women football in Zambia. Yeah.
Your thoughts on Green Buffaloes?
Thoughts on Green Buffaloes? Well, they still have a bit of a chance to actually get the second position. They just need to work hard and ensure that they concentrate in the next game. So I'm hoping they'll be able to make it in the second round, to make it to the semi-finals. Yeah. They are a good side.
Still a contender. Thank you so much, Ms. Brenda.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm ready to explore KZN again. Cruising along the banks of St. Lucia with the hippos.
Hey Gail, 5-star resorts and spas on Nottingham Road, KZN Midlands. Here we come.
I'm getting all pumped up in my 4x4 up Sani Pass.
We are so looking to the KZN skies with some hot air balloon action overlooking Giant's Castle. What could be better?
Sengiyazibona, wevada, riding off into the sunset for a safari adventure with the Big Five at Hluhluwe Mfolozi Park, especially to see the rhino.
KZN is yours to discover.
See it. Believe it.
Welcome back to the second half at the King Zwelithini Stadium. It is Sundowns that get us underway in the second half. And they are attacking the goal from the right to the left of your screen. Just to confirm the scoreline, 3-0 is it? And goals that were scored by Chantal Esau, Lilona Doweti. And getting a brace on the day is Chantal. So 3-0 is the scoreline. And one yellow card that was given to Manzini Wanderers, who are from Eswatini. Sundowns, who have dominated this tournament, having scored 15 goals and yet to concede. So Dolly Koza was one of two changes made by coach Percy Shonga. Corner taken very quickly at that, and foot up. Referee doesn't see anything wrong with it, as Delisile makes sure that she takes that ball out to allow her defenders to organize. Sundowns have made a habit of scoring almost immediately at the restart of the second half, when most players are still unfocused and pretty cold. Here it is, it's been Chantal Esau, Lilola Dawetu, really stringing those passes and controlling the tempo of the match. So is Mali with her contribution, Mbatle and Talia Smith, who is on the ball. That's a tame shot from Mashiko. Mashiko operating on the left-hand side for Mamelodi Sundowns. Regina Macholola. That defense marshaled by Kutso Pile in the centre-back, taking the reins from Zanele Tlapu, who's just changed her position and finds herself in goal. The backup goalkeeper to Asa Rabalau, who's been given a break, and she's in the stands. Kept a clean sheet, so the instructions were very clear to Zanele Tlapu: do not concede, because you're going to blemish this record. You know, when players set themselves targets of that nature, it speaks to the quality that is on display. Chantal, the idea was excellent to take the defenders onto the right-hand side, create room on the left-hand side to maybe see if she could steal the third goal of the match. She is on a hat-trick. Possibilities of her are very, very high. She's got a brace. So 10 minutes, 16 minutes later, getting onto the score sheet again. She wants to get onto the score sheet in the second half. Just to share with you, we have 2 hat-tricks in this tournament, both of which come from the players of Mamelodi Sundowns, Melinda Khadiete as well as Andisiwe Mgoy. And Chantal Esau is on the verge of joining the history-making side, debuting as the first team in South Africa to be part of the Women's Champions League, something in our playing days that we could have only dreamt of. Talia Smith. Kutso Pila. Regina. Mashiko intercepted by one of the two changes, Apelele Pambani. Apelele brought in for a very robust defending. And again, coach indicating very clearly with the team that he puts out today, very defense-minded players. Concern very clear is Mamelodi Sundowns will score, yes. The question was, how many will they be allowed to score? Safety first, as Tibonile Dlamini just hacks it away. She's given that responsibility, is Tibonile, to marshal her defenders, give instructions. Welile Ndwandwe is another one of those. That's a poor ball from Mamelodi Sundowns centre back. It's like Karawa Makhrubesh. So she has plenty time to rectify those mistakes. Dolly Koza, who's running rather gingerly, and showing a bit of Abafana Bestyle, Abosisi Bestyle. She's also showing them that she's got the skill. And as long as you don't close down, lessons that need to be learned from that is the fact that you need to close down the keeper. Apo. Chief. Acholola played back. Esau, they need the numbers in the box. And here's a chance for Sundowns to make it 4 in the second half. Offside. Looks like the hand is up of the referee, and yes, I agree with this one. And Masibi will disagree with everyone, but it's a spot-on decision. Playing or forced her to push up the players very quickly. Tibonile making sure that Sundowns is caught napping. They know that they have the nippy players, so what is very important is to play that offside trap to great effect. She's at it again. And that, she makes no mistake. She decides this time. Oh, Shushine and piano. Coach Dolly Koza gives instructions to say you're supposed to be behind the attacker. Tembelihle Masibi joins the scoreboard. That was a ball that Marley nicely dissected. Look at Masibi, took the players to the right, and she just places the ball to the left-hand side. Tembelihle. Let's call her the blonde bombshell. Oh, it's nicely done by Tembelihle. Lihle. Lihle, lihle. Fono. Nkapo. Talia. Sikoliwe Makagula who's just left the park. Sundowns in that defense are in no hurry to go up front. Pila. And goalkeeper way off the line, but wow, that's showing alertness, spotting the keeper off the line and trying an audacious shot from almost the halfway line. Esau RSA running off the ball. Impressive. Lilola Daweti going into the box is Masibi, and keeper collects at when you give Sundown's room, they maximize. Mabatle finds Klochi. Klochi, who would compete in these positions with players like Princess Rhoda Mulaudzi, as well as Chwene Morifi. Again, player being put on her knees. It's not a pretty sight for footballers. She'll keep coming. Karaba Makhurubetsi finds Talia Smith. Mokholola, Lona Daweti onside. Tembelihle Masibi, if played right, Tembelihle Masibi eliminates the goalkeeper, and she misses. She's in trouble. Tembelihle Masibi is in trouble with her coach, I can assure you. In the midfield, Mabatle. Tembelihle will be very embarrassed at an opportunity. She had done everything right. Daweti, this one is going to be a hammer, and she does exactly that. Brace for Lilona Daweti. On the 55th minute, she makes it 4-0 to Mamelodi Sundowns. She decided that she shows the young Tembelihle Masibi how it's done. Kutsopila spotting Lilona Daweti, and Daweti was not to make the same mistake made by Tembelihle. Daweti making it 4-0 for Mamelodi Sundowns, and Agnes says that's how it's done. She's on a brace as well. Player receiving treatment on the touchline. Nolwazi. Sundowns leading by 5 goals to 0. The target is still one more, 6. In the midfield, here's the confirmation of the change that's being made. Makagula is given way, and she's been replaced by Nogutula Ndlovu. Coach believing that Skoliwe has done enough. So did Lindy Msibi, as well as Temba Kwanati Mqina. Tembelihle, who perhaps doesn't even want to look at the bench right now. Tembelihle, as we have a look at this chance, Tembelihle eliminated a defender. She eliminated the goalkeeper. Instead of putting that ball in the back of the net, she gave an opportunity for Wanderers to snuff that and come away with it. And you can see, when she made that mistake, she doesn't even look at the bench. She doesn't look at the bench because she knows that she could have done a lot better. Inexperienced, 19-year-old, she can be forgiven. This being a learning curve for a number of these young players as they make it in. 8 shots on target Here's Lilona, more ruthless as Tembelihle finds herself ready to receive, but Daweti unable to thread that ball through. Here is Chantal Esau on a hat-trick. Coach's expectations at the moment being met by Manzini Wanderers. The players that he's brought on are there to defend. They don't want to concede the 6. Tlochi away by Tibonile, and a foul. Here is Tembelihle Masibi. Let me also just remind you, out at the Chatsworth Stadium, double action is up against Lesotho Defence Force, and the scoreline there is 4-0. Ontlametsi, Radiakanyo, Utlachile, and Khalaleng getting onto the score sheet for double action. Tlochi was looking for Schmidt. Keeper. Makhurubech. Lebokhang. Here's Wanderers. Nolwazi Dlamini. Took too long, and all that Karabo needed is just a second. Switching to Tandega. Probably had a torrid day at the offices, Tandega. She's had to look after Lilona Daweti. In your picture, former Cape Town Roses player, part of CAF 2018 team. We also just share the fact that Banyana will be traveling to Nigeria, and they are to take part in the Aisha Buhari Cup, which takes place from the 13th to the 21st of September. And this is a tournament for the top 6 countries that will participate. It's 2 groups. In Group A, Nigeria, Morocco, and Mali are in that group, and in Group B, Ghana, Cameroon, and South Africa will contest that. So much of expectations from the COSAFA representation. Is Coach Percy Shonga. It's almost eminent that there's still plenty of goals in this match. With almost 30 minutes to go, it's hard to believe that Mamelodi Sundowns will not get onto the score sheet. That ball finding Esau. Much better from Manzini Wanderers. They do have the belief that they can get a goal back. Makhurubetshi will ask from where. And Dolly Koza will just give her teammates a high five for making sure that Tibonile.
Jersey number 10, out, Chantal Esau. And jersey number 21,
Ntandi. He needs a run, is Nontlanhla Mtandi. And I can assure you, Nontlanhla Mtandi will tell you, I was on with a hat-trick. Let's have a look at the goals. Chantal Esau just placing the keeper, the ball far away from the keeper. Chantal Esau. And then it was Lilona Daweti who made sure that the free kick was given to Chantal. Again, also making sure that the keeper, it was far away from the keeper. Chantal Esau getting her brace on the day. 17 goals scored in this tournament in 3 matches for Sundowns. 6-0 against Double Action, 6-0 against the Lesotho Defence Force. They are 5-0 to the good for 20 minutes. Still with the ball, Mamelodi Sundowns rotating it effectively. Daweti will send it out wide and looking for Talia. Lebogang Mabatle on the ball. Oh, Mabatle does well, so does Dolly. Nolwazi Dlamini stopped in her tracks, and Makhurubeci couldn't keep that in play. 17 caps for Karabo Makhurubeci, the 22-year-old. She got 2 caps as an under-17 player. She got 11 caps as an under-20 player, and she has 4 caps at the senior Banyana player. That is Karabo Makhurubeci. Very tigerish behavior from Karabo. As tiny as she is, 25%. That is a quarter of the possession that Sundowns have. Mabat. Pila. Pila goes in search of Mokhololo. Holola. They'll use their goalkeeper, Nkapo, who's ever ready to just restore some calm. She hasn't used her hands yet, is Nkapo. And that just cements the fact that she is an infield player. But if only one of the players like Nolwazi Dlamini or Nontle Simelane can just let rip with one of those. Talking about an offside there from Eliza Sichinga. Who's played football as a striker, and that was way back in 2011 to 2014 out in Muzuzu City in Marawi. Tibonile. Noguthula Ndlovu. Here's the chance I've been waiting for. Sanga, Nomvula. Keeper's got to be alert! And that's the ball I've been waiting for. Zanele Tlapo concedes as a goalkeeper, and she doesn't look impressed at all. Pulling one back is Nomvula Sanga. It was good work by Apelile Bambani, and poor defending by Pila, and Makhurubeci being stretched, but Nomvula Sanga wasn't to be outdone. She got a goal, and the positioning of Zanele Nhlapu was very poor. And yes, registers her name is Nomvula Sanga. So the scoreline is 5-1. 17 goals scored, 1 conceded, and that will go down in the name of Zanele Nhlapu. Taking it very, very easy. Talia Smith. Makbatle. Oh, good footwork there by Apelele. Again, it's Nomvula. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Makhurubeci. Mokholola. Lebogang Mabatle. Makhurubeci. Kutso Pila. Well, that was quite encouraging for Wanderers to know that they've scored against Mamelodi Sundowns. They blemished the record of Mamelodi Sundowns, who had objectives to keep a clean sheet throughout this tournament. Many players being rested. Here's the Sundown bench. Boitumelo Rabale, Lerato Khasaku, Andesiwe Poison Boy. Is Lilona Daweti being replaced by Boitumelo Rabale. That's the first change for Mamelodi Sundowns. Lilona Daweti. In actual fact, it's a second change for Mamelodi Sundowns.
And jersey number 15, Lerato Khasaku in.
Lerato Khasaku has also made her way, or about to make her way. She's on the touchline. Lerato Khasaku. Lerato Khasaku. She'll definitely bring the energy, and so is Rabale. Very menacing and very domineering in that final third is Rabale. Matsibi. Timbelishe Matsibi is given way. Lilona Dawet is given way. Chantal Esau. And the places are taken by Khasaku, Rabale, and Nonhlanhla Mtandi. Rabale coming on for Daweti. So the three changes. Conceding that goal, Coach Agnes responded. You can see how much she expects of her players, immediately bringing on much more experienced players in Khasaku, Rabale and Mtandi. Mtandi will be played in a lot more offensive role. At the Chatsworth Stadium, the scoreline is still 4-0 in favor of double action. Goals scored in the 14th minute, the 4th minute, the 27th minute, and the 40th. And here we have Lebogang Mabate getting onto the score sheet and joining the action. That is the 6 that the coach was looking for. Decent ball, just dissecting that defense. As we have a look at young Mali, Kunjula, she'll remember this. So Kunjula will get also onto the score sheet to make it 6. So Sundown 6, Manzini Wanderers 1. Kunjula Mali. Just 19 years of age is Kunjula. The instructions is also from the coach to say, look, if we didn't keep a clean sheet, you need to score another one. Let the goal difference still be 6. So they need to score another, but Manzini Wanderers will continue to chase. You look at the effort of Manzini Wanderers, they have a very, very strong work ethic, which is very clear. Nonhlanhla Mtandi should have done better, could have done better. Easy for Dolly. Telia. Batelisile. Nonhle. Pila. Goal scorer, Kunjula. Oh, she leaves it for Tlochi, and an offside flag gone up. Offside flag gone up. Tlogi, she deserves a goal. She's worked hard, young Tlogi. Mashiko. Nonhlanhla Mthandi coming on will just show that Sundowns are not done yet. They want more goals. Nonhlanhla Mthandi also been part of Desiree Ellis' squad. Ilona Daweti dropping a lot more deeper. Offside. Here's Makuruvechi. Very rare error. Maholola. Regina. Sundowns look a little rattled, and it's really the pressure that Nomvula has mounted, but it hasn't been consistent. But that goal really unsettled the team to the point that we've had two changes. Agnes responding with Lerato Gesago, as well as Boitumelo Rabale and Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Just finding its way into touch. Under pressure, Pila. Keeper, Nhlapo. Nonhlanhla Mthandi is on the ball, or looking for the ball. Regina Moholola. Boitumelo. Tlogi on the ball but intercepted. There's Aphelele Pambani. This releases Ndlovu. Ndlovu brings in Sanga. Keeper again has another chance to make a save. And Nomvula Sanga is making use of a makeshift defense and a makeshift goalkeeper. Percy Shonga should have been better dealt with, and a half-hearted dive by Nhlapo. She has been taken on, and apologies to the bench. 5-0 at the Chatsworth Stadium. Double action, really mounting the action and making sure that no matter what it is, they are finishing second in the group. And a save by Khoza, that ball just trickling over the young Kunjulwa Mali. Gets a strike. Good vision by Mthandi, and a first-time shot from Mali. Keeper gets a good hand to it. Numbers to aim for on the edge of the box. At Tlogi, adjudged to be offside by the assistant lines. Sechinga. She really wants a goal today, young Mashiko. Yes, Sanga. Midfield has really worked a lot better. Pila. Pelele. Sundown still sitting in pole position of Group A with 9 points, conceding 1 goal and scoring 18. In second place will be Double Action with 6 points. After 7 points, that is. 6 points, 2 wins, and must win in today's encounter and making good at that. 5-0 the scoreline. And the scorers are really sharing. When we look at as it stands, it is Mamelodi Sundowns. There's 9 points for Sundowns, 6 for Double Action, 1 apiece for Wanderers and Lesotho Defence Force. As we can see, the whooping goals of the group is Lesotho Defence Force. Tlochi, can she get a name in the... Oh man, the keeper, one-handed save. It then explains why does Coach Percy Shonga believe that Dolly is definitely the stronger of his 2 keepers. She really gets her positioning right. Amanda Mtandi, got 3 players around her. There's Amanda Mtandi, Mali, Makhurubech, Mali. Lebogang Mbatle brings in Makhurubech. Here's a young Tlochi, Modiganalo Mashiko, Tlochi, 22 years of age. She's really itching to get onto the score sheet. And she's worked very, very hard on the wing. Keeper has really just stood between her and getting a name as Tiboni Letlamini, just organized. Corner. And keeper is down, taking a bit of a breather. She's struggled. Let's confirm, as we confirm the scoreline from the Kingsway Latini Stadium. It's Sundowns 6, Wanderers 1. And allow me to apologize to our streamers out there for a break in transmission. And our technicians have worked tirelessly to get you back online. You will not miss most of the action. I'll just update you as we go along with 6 goals to the good. Mamelodi Sundowns have also uncharacteristically conceded. And they conceded Nomvula Sanga getting onto the score sheet. In goal, Zanele Nhlapo is livid with her defenders as we look at Percy Shongwa looking on, and is looking rather happy. As young Tlochi from the under-20 international, she had an opportunity. Lovely ball that was whipped out by Khasago to Tlochi, and the first touch a little heavy. Keeper coming to the rescue, denied yet another chance. Nonhlanhla Mthandi living up to that shoe shine, but guilty of giving away possession. Here's Nonhle Simelane, but it's Talia Smith who had to come and cover in defense. They wouldn't want to concede another. Player being taken out. Oh, it looks like Lebogang on, and Noguthula Ndlovu, she gets a yellow card for a foul. It looked like on Talia Smith. Noguthula Ndlovu of she also played for Bamane Swallows. It's actually Lebogang Mabatle who seems to be in pain. Mabatle pointing out to her ankles. Medical team. Coach looks disappointed, but they made their way. They've booked their ticket to the semi-finals. And that is Mamelodi Sundowns. And should things remain the same at the Chatsworth, it will be double action that finish second on the log, and the two teams qualifying for the knockout phases. In Group B, where Black Rhinos are currently sitting in pole position, they have already booked their place to the semi-finals. The battle is still on between Green Buffaloes and Tura Magic, who will join Black Rhino Queens of Zimbabwe in the semi-final to represent Group B. And the format will be number 1 of Group A plays number 2 of Group B, and number 2 of Group A will play number 1 of Group B. That's how they will line up with 85 minutes on the clock. Mamelodi Sundowns lead by 6 goals to 1. Goals scored by Chantal Esau, she's got a brace. Lilona Daweti has got a brace, all of which have been substituted. Tembelihle Masibi also on the score sheet. 6-1 the scoreline at the King Zwelithini Stadium. And apologies once again for all our streamers who have joined us for this tournament. Our technicians have been able to restore connectivity. We're up and running. It is our live broadcast imagined in today's encounter. On the edge of the box, Talia Smith has really been a busy body trying to get her name onto the score sheet. Not to be, there's too many bodies in the way, but you can't falter for effort. Koza finds Apelele, and Nolwazi receives Apelele, continue to run, but Makhrubechi intercepts Hloki. Makhrubechi Boy Tumelo, who also came on in the second half. It's really just taking it easy, and the scoreline being what it is for the coach, it's just to really give the players a run. She made the holistic changes to the lineup. Just 3 minutes to the 90 plus referee's optional time. If any, this game has really been very free-flowing. Talia Smith on the ball, and Tlochi did well this time to stay on side. Do we get to see Tlochi get onto the score sheet? Oh, and does a little too much. Tlochi does well to get the ball back. She lays it on for the oncoming Talia Smith, and Khasaho decides, coming from an onside position, almost clipping it away, as Mali. Definitely better in the second half by Manzini Wanderers of Eswatini. Nonhlanhla Mthandi on the ball. Rabale showing a lovely turn to Leah Smith, playing it with Rabale. Issue offside, and the answer is yes. Could have held her run a little bit better, Nonhlanhla Mthandi. They've had many opportunities, and when you look at the offside count, you look at those chances that Sundowns could have done better with, maybe just holding their run or bending the run, or just because they have the beating of the defense in terms of speed that have been wanting, and Sundowns having those nippy players showing a little bit of frustration. The scoreline still is 6-1. They've maintained the number that they've chosen at the beginning of the competition, which was 6-0 against Double Action, 6-0 against Lesotho Defence Force, 6-1 against Wanderers. And that record of having a clean sheet is actually Zanele Nhlapo just receives a pass from Moholola. Kutso, Makhurubech, Mali, being pickpocketed. Dlamini, Schmidt, Sangha hasn't stopped running. She's the goal scorer. Pila. Sundowns very patient in that fold up in taking that ball out of defense. They need the much faster players. Talking about fast, here's Nonhlanhla Mthandi on the left hand side. Rabale offside again, coming from the wrong side.
Additional time, 2 minutes.
2 minutes is to be added by referee Beauty Meticha of Botswana. Very clean game that has been on display. Business-like performance for Mamelodi Sundowns. Every single player getting a run in this competition before they reach the business end of the knockout phases. Mamelodi Sundowns are still curious about who their opponents would be. Tlochi again beaten by the keeper. One thing that Dolly says is I'm here to stand firm, and it's really paid dividends. Better second half, stronger defending, got a goal for their efforts against Mamelodi Sundowns. That's a big deal, definitely, for Manzini Wanderers. Makhurubeci Cele sends in search of Nolwazi. Schmidt, Regina, much better defending. It's in the air, bobbling. Nonhlanhla Mthandi doesn't exert herself that much, but Tandega, the Eswatini international, getting to that ball a lot quicker than Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Cross, but not too many players to aim for. Lerato Khasago could have just maybe taken the players on. Sundowns have taken their foot off the pedal. Lerato Khasago, one of 3 changes made by coach in the second half. 2 minutes is up, and a referee can blow a whistle any minute now. So it seems like a double action have also joined in on the goal scoring charts. They've also scored 6 goals out at the Chatsworth Stadium. So they cement their qualification for the semi-finals. Double action with 6 goals. 6-0. And we come back to this match at the Kingswell Stadium. 6-0 for Mamelodi, 6-1 for Mamelodi Sundowns. A brace for Chantal Esau, a brace for Lilola Daweti, and Tembelihle Masibi gets a name on the score sheet. So did Kunjulwa Mali. Confirmation from King Zwelithini, 6-1.
I'm ready to explore KZN again. Cruising along the banks of St. Lucia with the hippos.
Hey Gail, 5-star resorts and spas on Nottingham Road, KZN Midlands. Here we come.
I'm getting all pumped up in my 4x4 up Sani Pass.
We are so looking to the KZN skies with some hot air balloon action overlooking Giant's Castle. What could be better?
Sengiyazibona, wevad, riding off into the sunset for a safari adventure with the Big 5 at Mfolozi Park, especially to see the rhino.
KZN is yours to discover.
See it. Believe it.
Here are the highlights of the first of the 90 minutes. Mamelodi Sundowns, a penalty given in the opening 10 minutes of the match for a handball. Stepping up as Chantal Esau to take the penalty. She followed up moments later with the free kick taken and just beating the goalkeeper at her right-hand post. So Chantal Esau with the brace on the day. And it was the turn of Lelona Daweti getting onto the score sheet, and she was not done yet. Lelona Daweti joined by Masibi also getting onto the score sheet. Tembelihle making it look very, very easy. Lelona Daweti was back at it and doing well to stay onside and picked a spot. Keeper could do nothing about the strike. And it was 5-0. Kunjulwa Mali had other ideas, and that was to make sure that Sundowns continue on their goal tallying spree as Kunjulwa Mali to make it 6. And that was what the coach asked for, and that is what she received. We have a look at the stats. 74% for Mamelodi Sundowns and 13 offsides in the match. Perhaps just holding the run a little bit more. You're looking at the goal attempts and the shots on target, the fouls. We will go down to pitch side where Mbali Sigiti is waiting with Our Lady of the Match and the rest of the interviews.
Thank you so much, Gloria. Yes, I am pitch side with our player of the match, Thalia Smith. A big congratulations to you. Another 6 goals. What is it that coach keeps telling you guys about these goals, because you keep bagging them in?
Thank you so much. Firstly, all glory to God for me being here today and for this player of the match performance. I think it's a team effort. I think everyone is hungry. Everyone wants to play. So as you could see today, the squad was different faces, different starting 11. A few of us haven't been playing for the past few games, so I think it was more of being hungry. The coach said we're not going to take our foot off the pedal, so I think we were instructed and we just went out there to keep on giving the same momentum as the past 2 games, and yeah, we went out there and did the job. At the end of the day, we could have scored much more. I mean, if you can look at the goal attempts, it says 23, but at the end of the day, I think 6 is the lucky number.
A lot of goal attempts. Do you guys feel like you carried the game plan to the T today?
I think we did. I think first off, maybe we were playing more on one side, the right. We tried to penetrate the bit on the left as well. It wasn't working for us all the time. But I think second off, we came out much more hungrier. The coach spoke to us in the dressing room. But I think overall, we just need to work on our finishing more, because we got some clear-cut opportunities that we didn't put away. But at the end of the day, it happens to the best of us. We just need to go back to the drawing board, and when those chances come in the semi-finals, that's when we need to make sure, because you might only get 3 of those chances, and at the end of the day, the team that is going to win is the team that takes the chances at the end of the day.
Lastly, before I let you go, you're going to have a good few days of rest before the semi-finals, and you come against an unknown team. Bit of nerves going into the semi-finals?
I wouldn't say nerves, to be exact. I would just think that maybe we would watch a few of the games, because the games has been live streamed, televised and all. And then I think we would work as a team, see how we can exploit them, see their weaknesses, see their strength, and then work as a team, and then obviously put in the same shift as we did the past 3 games, and then work as a team. At the end of the day, team effort would be the one that gives us results. Yeah.
Congratulations, Thalia.
Thank you so much.
That is Thalia Smith, of course, walking away with the player of the match accolade for today. Another 6 goals for Mamelodi Sundowns. But I'm joined now by the coach of Manzini Wanderers, Coach Percy Shongwe. Coach, you exit this tournament, but let's just hear your thoughts firstly. Before your experience, let's just talk about the game real quickly.
It came very tough, very on. And vele babengilendlela siba expecting ngayo, basinika vele le pressure lesikathile, sazama ukuthi sime emuva kakhulu, sendele ukuthi bangaspenetrate kamelula, minimize la magoli, That is our key point ukuthi singaconsider kakhulu because vele bangcono kunathi ngesikubalekele lokho. So I'm happy ukuthi my players amakhonile ku understand lokho, and unfortunately base bangiphakene goal which is it's extra present ingabe ngathini present yami ekugcina just the goal against Sundowns.
Yeah, well, you handed Sundowns their first goal that they conceded of the tournament thus far. But Coach Shongomele Nyubuze, about just your decision to bring on Odoli, already who we spoke about that she was already struggling, and then we saw within the first 5 minutes she was already struggling with an injury again.
Yeah, ebholeni kahle kahle sidele ukuthi sitodlala sonke. Mangabe lo munye ane challenge letside kufuna bese uyamkhweshisa so udlalisa lo munye. Unfortunately yena utile kimi masipiperisha athi coach angisilolungele kudlala. Ngiyabuva buhlungu sama ngathi hayi kuthi inkinga silungise sifake lo munye naye adlale. As long le game idlala uyawabona ukuthi lamagoli ataba manenge and atahamba as affect because ithini asingeke bese sehluka sodwa sesithola bo 12. So asifake i-experience kancane Clistoli is our first choice goalkeeper noma alimele utawukhona kuranisha le game ahle njengoba umbona ahlala la phasi ayi manager sidla isikhathi and lamagoli agcina ngamancane. So ngiloko nje lesimfakele kona experience.
Coach, before I let you go, just tell me about your experience, just being part of the CAF Women's Champions League. It's a first for the African continent, first for your team as well. Just your thoughts and just being here.
Yeah, kwekuqala nje angengikambe manga maye sijabule kakhulu ngale tournament ngathi ingachubeka ihlala ikhona because iyawasita lamantombazane especially langa lasemancane ukuthi bathole iexposure at least kudlala ku setup lefana njengaleli kuba kuma hotela babe together isikhathi esiningi. So ezinanathi ke not bona bodwa ezinathi bo coach ekhaya ukhansi lesinye isikhathi makadlala emagelezi kude into efana nje labo interview so ukuthi sibutwe sicoce enathi sitibonile ukuthi siyakhula somewhere because besine pressure uma sithi apha kwenu singakhona ukukhuluma kahle noma lisibute lokunye ukhansi siphendula lokunye. So besikunothisa nako lo as coaches siya grow kancane kancane ezinabadlali ba grow. So kule tournament nje ngafuna ukuthi siyabonga kakhulu kusiletha kulenzawo lenje sende nebadlali bethu bavule umqondo but ngiyathembisa ukuthi ungakuboni lokho ukuthi lesiwathini siyabashaya sitawubuya sesikahle nyaze silungiselele ukuthi hey bayashayana lempilo. Yes.
Coach Percy Shogwe, thank you so much, all the best and travel safe going back home.
Thank you so very much.
That is Coach Percy Shogwe. I love his spirit. And I'm joined now by Mamelodi Sundowns Coach Egi. Coach, another 6 coach.
Yeah, ngasho ngakuthi ukuzimisela kakhulu especially namhlanje bengidlala ngeyoung squad yabo. So I'm so very happy the way badlale ngakhona. Ngijabule kakhulu mara bekumele bakora amagoli amaningi namhlanje. I think I should work more on finishing.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the team that you brought in, I mean, we spoke about how many changes you've brought in, and this already shows the depth that you have in your squad, where you can make do without your key players, and they can still give you 6 goals.
Yeah, ngijabule kakhulu ngalento abayenzile namhlanje because bayabonisa ukuthi nabo bakhona, bayangibonisa ukuthi coach nami ngifuna ukudlala. Yiba abantu abazongenza ukuthi ngibe confused makumele ngifake i-first line up yami so that ngibone ukuthi kwenzakalani.
We see that your team is hungry for those hat-tricks. I mean, we saw Amabrace today, and fortunately you substituted them before they could get ama hat-trick wabo. But does that just speak about the hunger that your team has to make it to Egypt?
Engakusho nje wonke ama-player are hungry, especially from the middle of the park, ema-winging, ama-striking force. Wonke umuntu ufuna ukukora, uyabona ukuthi bonke abantu nje bafuna ukukora like bane-mentality ye-scoring.
And just speaking technically, I mean, I was just speaking to Thalia and saying, you know what, we were struggling to move the ball along the flanks because it was just a bit of a struggle, so we just had to make use of the middle of the park. Did you find that it was just a bit difficult for your team? When did you have to change strategies?
Kahle mina ngijwayele ukudlala ngama-wing amane-pace, so ama-wing ane-pace bengawafakanga namhlanje, so I have to ukuthi ngidlale ngalamawinga lanka ngena pace so that igame ngizokwazi ukuthi ngimaintain kahle.
A big congratulations to you, coach. Zokubana kuma semi-final. Enjoy your rest.
Ngiyabonga.
Coach Agnes, all smiles today, saying, look, I was not playing with my fast-paced wingers, of course, all of the likes of Murifi, Aboroda, of course, who are not there, but a lot of youngsters coming through today and really showing their skills and what they are made of here. And another 6 for Mamelodi Sundowns. 18 goals for this team. My goodness. Now they firmly cement their place in the semi-finals. So now we have to find out who they will meet, of course. So these are the results thus far and what has been transpiring in the tournament thus far. So we know that also the likes of Black Rhinos has also firmly cemented their place atop of Group B. So this is how things have transpired. 6 for double action, ladies, against Lesotho Defense, and then 6 for Mamelodi Sundown. So it seems like 6 is the lucky number, and this team itching for hat tricks, and we saw quite a number of braces today. Then the coach substituting them, of course, but maybe they might just get it in the semi-finals. So this is how Group A is. Sundowns and double action ladies make their way into the semi-finals, and then Wanderers and Lesotho Defense now book their plane ticket back home. And Group B, Black Rhinos through to the semis, and now it comes down to the final Group B match of the day, which will be Green Buffaloes as well as Tura Magic tomorrow. So we will see who will finish as the second runner-up of Group B. Well, plenty of action here. Hope you've enjoyed our simulcast here at Kinzolitini Stadium as well as at Chatsworth Stadium. And this is what you can anticipate for tomorrow. Final group stage game. Green Buffaloes from Zambia up against the side from Namibia, who will play their second encounter of the tournament. Well, I've had a fantastic day today with goals raining left, right, and center from both stadiums. And of course, our expert analysis and commentary from Gloria Brownell, from us and the entire crew here at the King's Stadium. Just bye. See you tomorrow.